Hey guys, story time about the time I was tricked into helping a girl I knew with an emergency situation that ended in me having a car accident. Although I don't speak to this girl anymore, I will just call her Mary, just for the sake of the story, okay? Mary and I had met a few times just through friends, just briefly, but I knew who she was, she knew who I was, and at the time I used to have a license, me, one of the only people who did have one. So one day, Mary messages me and on Facebook and asks for some help. She said basically her grandma had fallen down the stairs and was refusing to go with the ambulance people to hospital until she was able to actually arrive and, get to her grandma. So, of course, I thought about my grandma and I said, yeah, I'll help. The only problem was that about 10 minutes before she had literally messaged me, I had taken a Xanax. I had never taken a Xanax in my life. I wasn't feeling it, so I asked my friend if I could borrow, sorry, if I could borrow his car. And he let me. What can I say? He knew he knew Mary too, so yeah, he was eager for me to go and help her as well, just for the situation. I arrive at Mary's house and find that she's just nowhere to be seen. I message her, I say I'm here, expecting sort of for her to be waiting outside, but she wasn't. About 10 minutes or so go past, still waiting for her to get in the car to go see her grandma. Anyway, her mum and her walk up to the car, and I'm a bit confused, thinking, what the fuck? So her mum and her get into the car and they tell me where to go. They're not going to see her grandma at all. That was just a lie. They just went to a friend's house and I had to sit there. I said nothing, mind you, because I was pretty young at this time and she had a lot of friends, okay? But I said nothing. I drove her there. I dropped her off. I think even I said I'd come back and pick her up for some reason. Like, that's how sad it was. Anyway, I start driving back to my friend's house. I felt nothing at this point with the Xanax, by the way. And all of a sudden, I remember, I think, I reached down to turn up the radio, and then all of a sudden there was nothing. Literally nothing until I heard glass breaking and the car flipped upside down, went down into an embankment that was like that, off the curb into someone's fence and someone's yard, and finally hit a tree and sort of like stopped. And at this point, I'm awake, obviously, and I'm upside down because I had my safety belt on, thank God. And I didn't know what to do. I tried to get the door open, the door wouldn't open, and so I just went, help, well, obviously screamed it. And pretty quickly, obviously, the homeowners and neighbours, whoever heard it, came running out and opened the door, and thank God. And I got out, and of course, police, ambulance, whatnot, they all came and they knew, obviously, that I'd taken something. I was absolutely distraught because, for one, it was my friend at the time's car that I had completely destroyed. For two, well, actually, I was mainly upset about that. I was just, and the fact I went into these people's fence, and almost hit their house and their car. I was like, are you okay? Like, is everything all right? Like, absolutely distraught. But, yeah, they said it's fine. And then I went to the hospital to be blood tested, obviously, because DUI it's called, even though it's like, drugs, DUI still. So the cops obviously accompanied me, and I don't remember a lot. I remember they literally tried over 15 times to get a vein, to get this blood out of me, and they ended up going in my foot. Thank God I was literally pretty much passing in and out of, like, because of the Xanny. So, yeah, they're trying to wake me up and they're saying, are you all right, Rachel? Rachel, like, it's not normal to fall asleep after you just had a car accident. But, yeah, thank God I was, because it hurts. It freaking hurts, a needle in the foot. Come on. couldn't you have gotten a vein? Like, come on, mate. Anyway, so yeah, next day they give me pretty much, they asked me to remember three different things. They recite like a bird, a toilet, a chair, whatever. And I could get two of them. I couldn't get the third one right, and that was the condition that they were going to let me out, you know. And I didn't have my phone on me. The cops took all that with them because I couldn't find it after the crash. They did, but I never got that phone back. Didn't really want it back. But anyway, so I couldn't get this third item right, and I asked for the phone in the hospital. They gave it to me, and I finally called my friend after all night of being in hospital. In the morning, I called him, told him I'd wrecked the car, and yeah, he was pretty angry. Yep, he was very angry, but yeah, I was pretty sorry at that time because he was my friend at that time, but later on, yeah, no. So I started to get frustrated because I couldn't remember the third thing. So I ended up, I had a cannula in as well, mind you, and I just snuck out of the hospital. I was over it by that time. I just wanted to go back to the friend's house whose car I had wrecked, whose house I was also staying at, believe it or not. So yeah, guess what? You know how they cut off your clothes after like you have a car accident or whatnot, or they can't get them off? Yeah, they cut all my clothes off. So what was I wearing? I was wearing a hospital gown. Yeah, they have a hole in the back where you can see your booty. Did you know that? Yeah. So I got another one and tied it around my waist so I covered up my behind and went and tried to catch a bus with no wallet, no nothing on me, no money. But they just let me on. I tell you, it's lucky they did because I would have just gone off, mate, by that stage. So I had to catch a bus from Westmead Hospital all the way to Parramatta Station. And if you've ever been to Parramatta Station, it is busy. It is a very, very busy train station, okay? I had to go from Parramatta to, not Macquarie, to Epping. Epping is also a very busy interchange station. So you can imagine what I look like after having a car accident with a cannula in and hospital gown on and one around the back so you can't see my butt. Catching buses, no one said anything to me. Of course they freaking didn't. Got to the station, went to my friend's house, told him what had happened, chilled there for a bit and decided I'm going back to the friend's house whose, car it was, which was a fair distance. Like, this friend was close to the train station, at Epping Station, so I thought, I'll just go there first. He didn't give me any clothes or nothing. But anyway, so I found a bike on the curb. It was a rusty bike, but it was able to be ridden. So I'm riding down this massive hill going to Macquarie from Epping, down this hill on a rusty old bike with two hospital gowns on. Can you imagine the traffic seeing me? Because that's a busy ass road. Yeah, I would have laughed. Definitely. Anyway, yeah, so I get back to my friend's house and yeah, he's understandably upset with me. I told him about how they had lied and all this and that, unbelievable. But yeah, I'm not going to blame her. Like, I'm the one who took the Xanax and I'm the one who went out. But what the hell? Like, Mary, come on, mate. Wake up. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much the end of my exhausting car crash. Thanks, guys. Laters.